Bo Davis was hired today by my school, LSU, getting the defensive line coach from the University of Texas. Has had two stints at Texas, 2 stints at Alabama. Obviously was the D-line coach for Nick Saban all those years when they won national titles. When the news came out today that LSU had pulled a quick one and made Bo Davis the highest paid position coach in the country, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, first of all, it's not hard to attract the best talent when you're willing to pay him and make him the highest paid assistant. There's no debate. I also saw that is it true his son, who's a Southeastern player.
Yeah, his son plays at Southeastern, that's right.
And he might join the LSU team. Is that also on the table, or is that just pure speculation?
Pure speculation at this exact moment.
I mean, regardless,
it's not going to happen, but it's
right. But regardless of all that, there is some sort of a connection to the region. I think that it needs to be acknowledged that LSU, when they have a bad year and when the weaknesses show up, I give Brian Kelly credit, and I said this when they hired Blake Baker and fired most of the defensive staff. He had a really bad habit of letting bad coaches stick around for too long and bring down the quality of the program, and that is clearly a development for him that he's not messing around. And not only does he fire the defensive line coach that doesn't work out, he doesn't just promote somebody or pull from his tree like a lot of coaches do. He goes out, he spends the money, he looks around and says, okay, there were five or so teams that had the best defensive lines. Who can I go get? And Bo Davis happens to be one of those guys.
Look, I don't think it's all Brian Kelly. I think that AD Scott Woodward, who, was the AD that went and got Brian Kelly. Joe, I think that this symbolizes something from a national perspective. LSU has been a lot of times hesitant to let the money flow and go out there and spend money for the guys that they want. I mean, Joe, look, and now it's worked out for them, okay, because, look, they don't get a guy like Tom Herman, okay, and promote Ed Orgeron as their head coach. It obviously pays off in the 2019 national title. That's in and of itself. I mean, it worked out for them. But LSU is going out there spending a crap load of money. And I think that when you have a situation, it makes it even look better now, when you don't have a Nick Saban in Alabama. Joe, I got to ask you a very serious question. LSU is second behind Alabama in national titles in the entire country since 2003. We just got done with the 2023 season. So over the last 20 seasons, LSU is number 2 behind Bama. I don't know if they don't jump up a notch. I don't know now if the conference is not historically run by Georgia and LSU, because if you go through a 20-year span, okay, you have a team in LSU that is second, and Saban's gone from Bama. I've been here for the Shula days that we've talked about earlier. Going and getting a guy like Bo Davis that can recruit and replenish a side of a football that you need to. Because, Joe, look what they're doing offensively. Next year, you're going to be talking about in your NFL draft special, LSU first-round pick Will Campbell, LSU first-round pick Emory Jones. They are doing elite stuff offensively. They got to change. I think Brian Kelly has one goal, Joe. I think his goal is to win a national title. He wants to get his legacy. He wants it to have at least a natty. To do that, you got to go spend money, and they're throwing it around a lot of places.
Yeah, now is the time. Now's the time to do damage, especially because there's so much uncertainty with Alabama. And, I mean, heck, we just spent all this time talking about how Alabama could go pull Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, and that removes one of the battleships out there in the ocean that you have to face off with. I think that the money that they're spending has proven that they're not messing around. And Bo Davis is a great get. I don't think there's a single person on this planet except for Texas fans all of a sudden that would say that this is not a home run hire.
It's a home run hire. He's been known to be one of, if not the best defensive line coaches in the country. I think it's big because you replenish that side of the football. And you know what else, Joe? you go and get him from Texas. You know, a brand, let me just say this. This is going to come out within the next couple of days. I have been given the green light to say it. Sometimes a brand trumps money. Sometimes a brand to a coach will trump what a Texas will throw at you. Just saying.
I mean, Texas is still a big brand.
I'm not saying it's not, but
Okay.
you're going to have to. Here's the truth, though. You want to hear the truth? LSU has more national title appearances in the last 20 years than
That's
Texas
fair.
Big 12 title wins.
That's fair.
So how long are we going to continue to say somebody's a blue blood when you go up against Washington and get your cheeks clapped?
That's a good point. Okay.
Smacking that ass all night long. Come here, baby. Smacking that ass.
We're back.
You're way too happy about this because it's Texas. That's the real damn.
Smacking that ass. Smacking that ass. All right.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.